Hey, what's up? It is time for a BTS teaser. I don't really do teasers. It's not my thing, but there are two groups that I've really fallen in love with, and just when I tell you this, maybe half of you will fucking leave because you just can't stomach it. But I love EXO and I love BTS. And BTS and EXO are the only teasers I've ever done. I don't know, just because like now I'm a fanboy of both, and so the fact that there's like 20 seconds or 18 seconds of some new music, I'm excited to hear that. Before I was excited, but I was like, I don't want to hear 18 seconds. Like, just catch me off guard with the whole thing. But now I kind of buy into the premise that you're gonna give me a little teaser, a little tiny bit, and then theoretically I'm gonna get hooked and not be able to wait for the next thing. So, but we're gonna have two teasers though, because there's two out, 1 and 2. So let's do both back to back. Oh, I also don't know how to say the album name. Map of the Soul. I would assume it's 1, because it spells the word 1, but if you don't write English, typically, we don't have a colon in between the N and the E, but the O is a power sign. So maybe it's on E? Does on E have like a meaning in Korean that I don't know about? Or is it on E, but the E is short for something? Who knows? Don't even have a conjecture. My hypothesis? None. I have none hypothesis. Let's go. 18 seconds of music. I will tell you, it does seem pretty ridiculous to make a reaction video to 18 seconds of music, but the world's a crazy place. I already fucked with that. Well, I mean, it's like 16 seconds. So now I'm supposed to talk shit about 16 seconds of music? Fine, I can do it. It does kind of remind me, I'm gonna make people angry. Dude, get ready with your downvote buttons. This reminds me of EXO Obsession album, but not as clear cut. The introduction to there being two EXOs, a bad and a normal one, I kind of feel that happening. Plus, given the this is not a word. Psychologistic? That's not a word, but I'll say it. The psychologistic nature of what they said before with the different levels of persona, right? Theoretically, each one of them could be, what's the word I'm looking for? Not anthropomorphic, whatever, you know the word, not because that's not animals, but you could make a depiction of each level as a different visual representation of the person. So that would kind of play into the actual theme of what they've been doing. But look, I mean, the first clip is two Namjoons. Two Namjoons, and they're acting differently. They're both dressed sharp, whereas in the EXO thing, we had one that was the clear-cut bad guy and the clear-cut not bad guy. But maybe these are not bad guy versus good guy. It's just different levels of self. That would make sense. And also, look, we do kind of have that, because we have one that's in the darkness and one that's in the light. Now, do you want to say darkness and light is good versus evil? Or is darkness and light a reflection of depth? Like the thing that's deeper is darker, or whatever. I would even say the posture is different. The one in the light, about to knock my mic pack over. The one in the light, he's kind of drooping his shoulders a little bit, hands down, and his eyes are down. Their hair color might even be different, can't tell. It could just be the light on top. And I don't really take anything for granted when you're looking at a highly produced artist where there's a lot of money and a lot of planning going into stuff. Whenever you see a shot from the camera, accidents happen, but I don't really take any of it for granted. So we can clearly see a ring on Namjoon's hand. That is his right hand, and his right hand is kind of hidden from us in the other version of himself. But we don't see a ring. We don't see any jewelry. Plus, we can see the belt buckle on Namjoon. We don't see it on the other version. So there's two aspects of jewelry we don't see. And also, jewelry Namjoon is reaching out. The other one is hanging down, but one is in the light, one is in the darkness. So I think that's a pretty clear argument for two versions of oneself. Now, they could be time versions, past, present, different levels of consciousness, or it could be good and evil. But I mean, that clearly looks like two different things, right? Oh, but he also looks like he's controlling the other one. Hold on. You watch superhero movies, do you not? I love superhero movies. But that's like the person who's going to like move a can across the room. So he's like... So like, I'm the one controlling that one. Oh, maybe that's why the other one's limp, is because it hasn't been controlled. Maybe Dark Namjoon has not controlled Bright Light Namjoon yet. That's why he's limp. Like, limp Namjoon is the puppet, and Dark Namjoon is the master. Hey, turns out you can talk a lot about 3 seconds of material. Now, as I was watching this, I was like, I don't know what to say about this because there's nothing else here other than like Jin trying to look away. Like, I'm going to go with ostentatiousness, and what's another word for like high level consumption? So you look at the bed, you look at the background, you look at the chairs, and in the reflection you see a chandelier. I don't know about your house. I don't have a fucking chandelier. So... And you also have chandeliers on the ground. So maybe that's something about like some type of level of opulence. And maybe they're going to tie one of the levels of existence to this type of, I don't even want to call it consumption, but extravagance maybe. And I just feel, oh wait, are those two hopes? Those are two hopes. So it was, I'm your hope, you're my hope. So I guess now it's going to be, you're my hopes, I'm your hopes. Okay, well now we definitely have a dichotomy thing going on. I missed that the first time. And then we have the mirror. That's a really traditional thing. Is the one I'm seeing an actual reflection of myself, or are there two me's going through like this mirror parallel universe thing? Taehyung, however, is having a different experience. Taehyung is like, I really am Taehyung. He looks in the mirror, he's like, I really am Taehyung. I'm fucking smooth. All right, let's keep this up. More mirrors. October 10th. Wait, this shit comes out in like a day or two? It comes out in a day? Does it really come out in a day? I have to drive Uber, so I'm going to forget about this. I must set 2 reminders. Alexa, remind me on October 10th at 5 p.m.
What's the reminder for?
BTS.
Okay, I'll remind you tomorrow at 5 p.m.
Alexa, remind me on October 11th at 2 p.m.
What's the reminder for?
BTS.
Okay, I'll remind you Sunday at 2 p.m.
You know, the funny thing is my reminder's in a different time zone, so like I'm going to still be like 6 hours late after whatever happens, probably. 12 hours late. Let's fucking get to teaser number 2. Oh, it also has this in common with the XOL thing. Not XOL, XXO. There we go. The actual track that was underneath the trailers was this kind of darker techno-y track. Oh, and everyone's got the I don't know if you'd call it evil eyes. It's not evil. It's the, you guys might just call them sexy eyes, power eyes, but it's not sexy power eyes. It's back to the puppet master shit. It's the eyes that, like, this might seem weird, but I 100% mean this. It's the eyes that when you see someone like this and you don't know what it means, you just don't know until later on you find out. And then I think for the rest of your life, you kind of know. It's when someone looks at you like that and they're not faking it. What they're actually saying is, I think, what I feel is, I'm so in control of all of this. Like, not me and you. I'm in control of all of this shit that we're in right now. It's like, okay, when I used to like throw huge parties and I would meet someone, but they didn't know who I was. They didn't know it was my party. And I would just talk to them. But I felt like, I wouldn't look at them like quite like that. But like when they were talking about whatever, and sometimes they would talk about whose party it was. Oh, the person, whoever's throwing this party, blah, 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 blah. And I would just like not say, I would just like talk to them like normal, but it's like, it's my party, dude. Like, this is my shit. Like, so I can't wait to hear what you have to say. But it's that calmness of like, you don't even know, you don't know who I am. You don't know whose party this is. You're just here. Dude, this whole thing is my fucking thing. And it's, I don't think I look like that, but that calmness, that like, you don't understand that you're kind of in my whole space right now. Like maybe outside of the space, it's different, but right now you're in my space. And so you can look at people like that. Because it's like, what are you going to do? You can leave, but you're kind of like in my zone. And they all, every single one of them has that same look. I wonder how they coached them up, though, what they told them to think about. Well, they know the meaning, so maybe they're just channeling the meaning. Maybe it's a, how about this? Let's make it one sentence. You're not in control. I'm looking at you like you're 100% not in control. Whatever you think you're doing, whatever decisions you're making, you are not in control here. Yes, I'm sticking with that. And I'm going to make a really nerdy reference, but it is a true, 100% true reference. I used to be, a lot of things I used to be, because I went through different phases in my life, man. I was a really competitive, high level, in the top tier in the world at Magic the Gathering way back in the day. I came 2 losses away from the Pro Tour twice, and I was like a couple spots away from an invite to the Pro Tour a couple times, and for a while I was making a living buying and selling cards and playing Magic way back when I was like, I don't know, 18 to 21 or something like that. And a mind game I would play with people, which is, it's not just a mind game, but it's true. And I've said this before in, like, on some other fucked up videos, but there's a good chance you haven't heard it. Is I like to set my opponent, if we're in a competition, I just fucking want to win. That's just how it is. And so, yes, step 1 would be me being prepared, studying up, understanding what my opposition would possibly be doing throughout the course of a day, so that way I'm prepared to be the best competitor I can be. But then I realized, like, mentally, if you can set someone up to play suboptimally, then they're helping me out. And that look, actually, now that I'm figuring it all out, that is how I would treat my competitors. And I couldn't do it with the other top tier, because the other top tier knew exactly what was going on. Or the people who were better than me were like, dude, what the fuck are you talking about? I'm better than you. But I would go to a competition where there'd be, 2,500 people there. So 2,200 out of that 2,500 are not at my level. But I still have to win. And every advantage I can get. And so I would do this, dude, I would do this in every single, once like I got the hang of it, I would do it in every single match. So if I had 9 matches a day, we had like a 14-hour day, I would do it in every single match on someone who didn't know me and didn't know what the fuck was up. This is really common to be nice. So you sit down, you shake hands with the person in front of you because you're about to play for like 2 hours. You know, hey, how you doing? Oh, blah, 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 blah. Oh, where'd you drive from? Oh, I drove from here. Because oftentimes you're driving for a couple states away to get to this competition venue or whatever. And you're like trying to be nice. And I would sit down and I would be nice, but in the most fucked up way. And it would just take a fucking drastic turn. We would sit down. Oh, hey, how you doing? How you doing? Oh, hey, what's your name? I'm Jen. Oh, hey, I'm Ellis. What's up, man? I'm like, oh, hey, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, it's a crazy day. It took forever to get here. It took me like 4 hours to get here. How long did it take you to get here? Oh, yeah, it took me like fucking 6 hours to get here. That's crazy, dude. Where'd you come from? Oh, dude, I came up from fucking like South Georgia. Where'd you come from? I came from fucking Illinois. Dude, that's a crazy drive. Isn't it crazy that we all drove here? And then you'd be like, good luck. And I'm like, good luck to you. And then I immediately go, but it doesn't really matter though. And they would just always be like, what? I'd be like, I mean, good luck, but it doesn't really matter about, I mean, it doesn't, like, don't take this personally. But you don't actually matter. And they would look at me like, what the fuck are you saying? I said, because like, look, dude, I mean, you know, we have to keep this legit. And I'm not really battling you, I'm battling me. Because the best version of me, you have no fucking chance today. You have no chance at all. You have a 0% fucking chance of winning. If I can pull out of me the best performance out of myself that I need, you're going home. Like, you drove 6 hours away and you're fucking going home. So like, you're just the person sitting in that chair. It doesn't really matter who you are, right? If I lose, it's not because you won. It's because I didn't do what I'm supposed to do. And so all I'm focused on is doing my actual job. And if I do my job, you're fucking going home. Your day's fucking ruined right now, man. That's what the fuck is up. And I would play mental games with them all through the fucking match. Like, I would pretend I was trying to get lucky. Like, I would be begging for things. Like right now, this doesn't make any sense, but in context, I got 2 wireless earbuds. They're in my hand right now. I could put them in my pocket. Now imagine I hung out with you for an hour and a half, being like, I wish I could hear this thing on my phone. I wish I could hear this on my phone, but I can't. Don't you have headphones? I don't have any headphones. And then imagine I was walking around with you for another hour. We spent 2.5 hours walking around. It's like, dude, if I could just find some fucking headphones or some earbuds, like, it would just be the best thing ever. And then when your back is turned, I take these 2 earbuds and I put them on the ground and I turn around and I go, holy shit, I just found earbuds. You're like, this motherfucker is so lucky. So I would also create an environment that made them feel like I was getting lucky with outcomes that I already knew were going to happen. So that way they just feel like not only am I better prepared, not only am I more confident, but luck is also on my side. Everything is stacked against you. You might as well just give the fuck up and go home. Who's the one in control? I think that is these teasers. Who is actually in control? I think that is the actual theme of both of these teasers. And I bet you I'm the only person relating K-pop to Magic the fucking Gathering. I think I alienated 94% of the audience, but the 6% that is here, they're like, hey, who the fuck? That's too big a percentage. I think 97% are alienated. 2.5% are like, and 0.5% are like, that's dope, dude. That's dope. It's called a fucking reaction. I'm reacting. Bye, YouTube in the future.